I'm going to be honest, I didn't even want to react to this because I'm still pretty on the fence about Nintendo since the Switch 2 launched, even before the Switch 2 with all the whole game keycard stuff. Been pretty on the fence about them, but I figured, let's take a look, let's be fair, let's be objective, let's see what Nintendo has to offer, and then we can make our judgments. So without further ado, Nintendo Direct, the Partner Showcase, July 31st, 2025. I'm ready for this. Let's see what's going on here. I think that just makes me miss Reggie more than anything. Egg? Surely not the egg of Panku.
Our ignorance is proving fatal. The encroachment threatens to drive our people out of house and home. But this divide has brought our two kingdoms to the brink of war.
And you are the sole Rathalos rider in Azuria.
My people have been driven into a corner, and the point of no return is looming before us.
We can't afford not to go. Ratha! But it won't be for long.
I can hear them. Two sounds. Overlapping each other.
So I'm kind of mixed on this. So I played Monster Hunter Wilds, right? The new one, right? Or is it World? I can't remember. There's two on PC. Whatever the recent one was. Like, PC was scuffed. The UI had a lot of weird redundancies. Like, I mean, I streamed the whole thing on the gaming channel. I mean, Baka made it to level 100 before any updates dropped. Like, the end game was pretty bare bones. Which, to be fair, I hear that's just how Monster Hunter works. Everybody has their fun camping trip for the first weekend or week. They finish the main story. They do whatever hunts they want. And then everyone just kind of takes a break until DLC drops. That's on the understanding that's just how Monster Hunter works. I mean, that's fair. I'm a little peeved, if anything, and this is going to be my hot take, because Nintendo is still going after Palworld, right? Nintendo Pokemon are still going after Palworld. I'm very surprised that certain mechanics, obviously this is a partner showcase, so they have a vested interest in, promoting this, partnering with this. I do view this as hypocrisy by Nintendo personally. I'm sure there's people out there who are going to love this. This looks kind of cool. I mean, maybe if it gets good enough reviews, maybe I would. The waifu and husbando status is there. Rathalos looks cool. Very evocative of Breath of the Wild. I mean, if I get a whiff of it being a Far Cry tower system to fast travel, which it probably won't be, right? Once again, Nintendo gonna go sue Ubisoft for the tower system for Far Cry, even though Far Cry did technically come first. They're gonna sue Dragon Quest for RPG mechanics. Nintendo has opened this bag, and I feel I'm going into this fairly frustrated. I would argue I am biased, but I don't think it's biased without reason. This looks good. I have nothing against the devs. I think this is a cool passion project. I'm expecting a day one patch. I'm expecting them to be charging a premium $80 for this. I'm expecting there to be bugs, frame drops, etc. I'm expecting certain things because this is modern Nintendo.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase. In this presentation, we'll be focusing on games from our publishing and development partners. What you just saw was Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflection, launching on Nintendo Switch 2 next year. We hope you're looking forward to another grand adventure in the Monster Hunter universe.
Sure.
Today, we'll present games coming to the Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch systems.
There's not going to be any prices revealed. I'm calling it right now, and that is going to further sully Nintendo's reputation to me.
Before a game is shown, you'll see the logo of the system the game will launch on here.
Sure.
If both logos are shown, the game will launch on both platforms.
Sure, clarification errata makes sense.
Okay, first up, let's take a look at some upcoming Nintendo Switch games. Let the good times roll.
Cool.
By royal decree, a brand new game in the Katamari Damacy series is rolling onto Nintendo Switch. Roll your Katamari through historic eras like Edo Japan and more. It's a time-hopping trip through the ages to restore the universe for the king of all cosmos.
Is there frame drops, or is this playing at a lower frame rate? I can't tell if, as the ball gets bigger, I can't tell if we're experiencing frame rate drop.
Use helpful items to roll
like,
your
we're missing
Katamari
frames.
like royalty. And
What's my setting at? I'm at 720p 60. Let's go up to 1080 60. Vivid detail.
customize the Prince and Cousins looks to your liking.
Like, this is fine.
In addition, roll out with friends in online multiplayer. Make a big Katamari and earn the most points to be crowned the winner. Plus, the iconic music is back with an all-new soundtrack featuring new and returning music artists from the series' history. Get ready to rock and roll through the ages when Once Upon a Katamari launches on Nintendo Switch October 24th.
Okay.
Pre-orders begin later today on
Cool. Pre-orders begin later today. What's the price point?
Nintendo eShop.
Let's run a quick experiment, shall we? Because at this point, stuff is going to be public information. Katamari Damacy reroll price. I'm seeing Nintendo Switch, Nintendo.com. This was what, reroll? Once Upon a Katamari. I apologize. Once Upon a Katamari. Price. Currently not seeing anything. I'm seeing an AI overview, which I'm actively ignoring. Damacy reroll. I don't see anything that's Nintendo, and that's kind of blowing my mind. So if we go to, let's just go to Nintendo, and let's go Katamari. We love Katamari reroll, Katamari Damacy reroll royal. This is already concluded. 103 minutes ago, as of reacting to this, this is already concluded. So did somebody just not hit the button? Did somebody just not? What's going on here?
The dance floor is calling.
I'm expecting to get copyrighted for this bit, even though it's a direct. I'm half expecting Warner Brothers, whoever owns this, to actually copyright this. Look, this is somebody's game. It's not my game, but ultimately I'm not going to take it away from somebody, right? It's like I can't talk to a lot of people about Silent Hill, right? Diving into Walter Sullivan's psyche, like that stuff's fascinating to me. But it's not everyone's game. Not everyone likes survival horror, right? Not everyone likes Dead Space. And like that's concessions in gamers. This is someone's game out there. Someone's super. Yeah, you seeing the Ubisoft logo is actually really interesting on that. I didn't know they did it, but I've never paid attention to their stance. Like, this is somebody's game. I feel like this is going to be a licensing nightmare. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. It's why I don't stream things like Brutal Legend. I want to stream Brutal Legend again. Don't get me wrong. I want to stream that. I want to stream Battle for Middle Earth, the Middle Earth Lord of the Rings RTS. That the licensing and copyright would absolutely just destroy the videos.
Next up are games heading to Nintendo Switch 2, including some games that will also be available on Nintendo Switch.
Sure.
Battle Beyond the Limit.
I wish Naruto had as many games as Dragon Ball does. Like, there was a time, the most recent, like, Naruto Clash of the Ninja Revolution 3, I think, was on the Wii. That was a pretty good one. We had Battle Stadium DON on the GameCube. I need to track down a copy of that, actually. Mostly it's just been Naruto Storm games, which, don't get me wrong, I love Naruto Storm. I'm pretty okay at Naruto Storm. Like, I was expecting Storm to was it Naruto to Boruto Storm Connections, the newest one. I was expecting that to get much more DLC, but I mean, Dragon Ball is just that. It's just that iconic, I guess. I don't know. It's interesting to watch different studios and different anime and how much. Like, there's Code Geass games. There's the one on the DS. I need to track down a copy of that at some point.
Break through the limit!
Charge up and unleash your fighting spirit in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, the latest in the Arena Battler series.
Now I'll finish you!
Enter the fray with over 180 fighters. In episode Battle Mode, relive iconic Dragon Ball stories from the perspectives of 8 characters, including Goku.
Where's my Mr. Popo? Did they censor him?
Or follow your own path and redefine history with alternate versions of those encounters.
That's cool, though.
In
Like, that's
custom
awesome.
battle mode, you choose the fighters, stages, and dialogue to create your own scenarios. Then share them online with players around the world. Plus, now you can do.
Why did that look like some frame drops there? Is that, I don't know if that's Trunks or not. I don't know who this is. Membership sold separately. Nintendo account required for online features. Membership auto renews. Membership auto renews after initial term unless the then current price unless canceled, not available in all country. I didn't know that there was a legal disclosure about auto renewal. That's actually interesting.
Players around the world.
That looks like there's some frame drops here.
Plus, now you can duke it out with motion controls using the Joy-Con 2 or Joy-Con controllers. Immerse yourself in the characters and unleash powerful attacks.
Help me out!
Get ready to shake the earth and break the heavens when Dragon Ball Sparking Zero launches on the Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch systems November 14th. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
So hear me out on this, and I feel this is a very reasonable question to ask. Why would I not buy this on PC if it's available on PC? Sparking Zero, I am looking on the eShop right now as well. Looks like it is $59.99, which concerns me because once again, we are in an era of Nintendo, right? And this is the thing, right? I'm having the hot questionable take of Nintendo shouldn't drop from 80, not to gatekeep and exclude people, but this was literally their business decision that they chose. Investors, shareholders, Nintendo chose to chose to embark on. Why charge 80? You said it's worth 80. Right? I think Mario Kart World is 50, if that. Charge 80 for it. Well, then they lose money. Good. It's called consequences and accountability, right? Accountability for your actions. That sucks. We're in an era where $80 is the expectation from Nintendo. So to me, when we see, even if it's a port, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, $59.99 USD, what's wrong with the game? Coupled with not showing the price on stream, which was a big thing during the Nintendo 2 Direct. Coupled with looks like there's frame drops during certain animations and stuff. coupled with, you know, why would I just look, I haven't played a Dragon Ball game. I know very little about Dragon Ball personally. I'd be interested in it, but even as somebody who has Storm 4 on PC, Xbox One, I think I had it on PlayStation 1, I had PlayStation for a little bit, as well as my my Switch, right? Like I play Storm when people around me are like, hey, what about this Naruto Storm game, right? I mostly just play on my PC at this point. Just a comfort thing, it's a consistency thing, right? If I can guarantee 1080p 60 on PC, and if any way, shape, or form, even on a Switch 2, their frame rate drops, why am I going to buy it on a Nintendo console? These are all things that lead into this decision for me, right? We're doing a cost-benefit analysis at this point. You're not charging $80 for the product, therefore, because of variable pricing, things you literally spelled out in your business model, right? Right? What's wrong with this game? How little effort was put into this port? What is wrong with it? And that's the part that really sours me on modern Nintendo.
Time to get back to your roots.
I'm not really seeing it on the eShop at this point in time, personally. Just typing in plants. Hey Nintendo, you want to check out your eShop? Oh, you know, look, playing in Torment, Icewind Dale. Oh, that's kind of cool. Ponzu Hunter, back in the 90s. Nintendo.com/US, by the way. This is an official Nintendo product on the Nintendo Store. We want to talk about, especially because the conversation right now has been so much around. Think of the children online. You want to talk about this, Nintendo? You want to talk about that when you're trying to market to parents? Look, at the end of the day, as adults, do whatever the hell you want, buy whatever the hell you want. I don't care, right? What I'm pointing out here is hypocrisy in a number of things, all condensed into this presentation. So I don't see it up yet. I think somebody might have forgotten to put hit the button or something like that. If we go back, right, I mean, I'm seeing Z Fighter, Sparking Zero, right, Nintendo Switch 2. No thanks, you will not get my feedback. I'm actively looking through during this. I wanted to do this not live, not on stream, because I needed to break some of this down. So let's see. We have, I'm assuming, FIFA?
Club is yours.
It's like he's got the ball on a string.
Oh, finally a bit of physicality in this game.
What was that
Club
disclosure?
is yours.
I saw a disclosure. Gameplay footage of the Nintendo Switch 2 version of the game. I would hope so.
It's like he's got the ball on a string.
Certain features and content not available on Nintendo Switch. Some camera angles and images not available in-game. Visual fidelity depends on your hardware. Do you know I bought a copy of Resident Evil 0 recently for the GameCube? And I want to point this out. Resident Evil 0. I promise this is relevant to legal disclosures. So if we look at the box art of Resident Evil 0 2, I guess, well, so there's a couple. I guess there was a rerun. So we have this, obviously, which is under my fat head. So give me a second to actually do that. So this is kind of, the mock-up, right? But then we have Resident Evil 0. We have this version. Do you know what that 2 is? This is a 2-disc product. I literally bought a retro game that has more of a legal disclosure saying, like, it's transparent. Hey, this is a 2-disc product, right? It is a game from 20 years ago on the box art has more legal transparency than modern games. I would love to have a big sticker like this, literally taking up things on the box, saying certain features not in game, complete version on Nintendo Switch 2, certain camera angles not in. Like, and obviously that it's back of the box status, right? But when we talk about loot boxes, when we talk about live services, like especially services that will, once you unplug it, right, like it will not function anymore. And certain things are intuitive, right? Like World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy 14, once their time is done, right? Like you can kind of intuit that. Guild Wars 2. But if I buy a game and like The Crew, right? And that's the whole Stop Killing Games initiative, right? And they can just unplug the server and there's no legal disclosure on the box, when 20 years ago we literally had this literally comes with 2 discs, like disclosure on the box. We are so foobar, it's not even funny.
Oh, finally a bit of physicality in this game. Well, I haven't seen that one before.
Is this because FIFA didn't renew with this is because FIFA didn't renew with EA, right? So that's why it's called the quote-unquote club. Look, here's the thing. I don't really, especially this is also in reference to, by the way, not on the eShop. Literally looking at the eShop right now, and I do not see the club. So I don't have any attachment to Plants vs. Zombies. I don't have any attachment to FIFA. I know FIFA is going to be a big game. I'm actually curious on the FIFA audience's like thought process behind the club. I'm very curious if that split the fan base or not, or if it's just the same game but a different coat of paint, right? Even though FIFA has moved over to, I think, their own stuff, right? So look, they're games for someone out there. I do question if the price tag is going to be relevant. I question if the content you're going to get is going to is going to justify the price point. I also posit that, are these going to be examples, because these are third party, of game key cards? If you buy these online, sure, obviously, it's a license, right? But if you buy a physical version, is it going to just be a code in a box, or is it going to be a game key card? If I understand it correctly, because these are third party, they will be key cards, but I could be wrong, and I don't want to spread misinformation, which people have pointed out that me thinking Donkey Kong was $80 is misinformation, and I do apologize for that. I'm trying to keep track as much as I can, and, I'm not John All-Knowing. I do appreciate if I get something wrong pointing it out. What Nintendo presented, my counter, and it's a weak counter, is more of a justification as to why my thought process is what it is. Nintendo has sold us, at the Switch 2, a premium console, a $450 USD, right, console, with $80 games in variable pricing, and if they think their game is worth it, they will be charging $80. So if Donkey Kong is $70, that tells me there's something wrong with the game. That tells me that they are not providing me with a premium service. It should have an $80 game, even if it is a day one patch, should have 0 issues on a premium console. That's the danger of being premium. You're held to a different standard, right? Like, if a small gaming company did something, right, and they made a little bit of an L decision, it has less impact. Like, sure, financials, reputation, etc., but that has less impact than, big company doing it. If a smaller company ripped off, some fan art, right? Yeah, there's going to be outrides, but they're going to have the ability to kind of not necessarily minimize it, but like take accountability and make things right over enough period of time. When Nintendo just plagiarizes an asset, which I understand is the Ho-Oh situation right now with Pokemon, yeah, it's a huge black eye, especially because there are systems to prevent that from happening. Like, copyright law is a very real thing, and there are checks and balances, so there is 0 excuse for someone Nintendo's size to be doing certain things. They have sold us a premium product. I'm going to treat them like they've sold us a premium product.
Get reacquainted with these games.
Welcome to the party, Pac-Man!
Yummy! Pac-Man World 2 is coming back, remade from scratch. Through forests or on ice, Use pack-tastic moves to clear stages in style. And even take on powerful bosses. Plus, now you can adventure with a pal in local co-op. Pac-Man World 2 Repack launches on Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch September 26th. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
If you're a Pac-Man fan, don't take this the wrong way, but who asked for this? Like, I played Pac-Man Fever back on the GameCube, right? Oh, World Tour is up right now. Look, $29.90. Like, bro, are people just forgetting to hit the button, or what's happening here? Like, so there's a couple things I draw from this. One, who asked for this? Like, who wanted this? Like, second, this feels like something that would be on the Xbox 360, right? Like, this would be like Xbox 360 title status. And that's not a derogatory thing. I love the Xbox 360. I played games like 99 Nights, right? I'd argue it's objectively bad. I enjoyed it. I thought Infi was a cool looking character. But like, dude, who's buying this? Is it also available on PC? Because if it's available on PC, they're just gonna buy it on PC on Steam sale. Let's be honest, right? But like, sure, it's cute. I like the concept. I think this is interesting. I think this is supposed to piggyback off of the re-release of Mario Party on the Switch 2. But we already know that Mario Party on the Switch 2 ain't really doing so hot in that field, right? Like, it's not doing so hot. So I guess the question I have is, like, where's the demand, right? As a business, you sell a product, right? Or you sell a solution to a problem, right? And these can intermingle, right? What problem is this solving? What demand is this meeting? Like, it might be for the parents. It might be like a fun family game. Maybe. I didn't play the original World 1. Don't get me wrong. I had my grandfather had an old Pac-Man tabletop. That I played as a kid. Like, I get it. I get the appeal of Pac-Man. Like, I guess my brain's trying to justify it. I can't justify it.
Lead your party of black mages, dragoons, and other allies to victory in the beloved strategy RPG Final Fantasy Tactics, reborn with newly added elements. The game is...
What did I buy recently? I got an actual Final Fantasy game recently that I'd never heard of before. I'm pulling it out. It's Final Fantasy Explorers for the 3DS. I've played Crisis Core 7, I've played Base 7, and I've played 14. Dude, I have no idea what this game is. I mean, I heard a lot of good things about Tactics, if I remember correctly. Tactics is the basis for the Stormblood Alliance raid, if I remember correctly. Lighthouse, right? Orbon Monastery, right? That, I think. I could be also wrong. Is this the one with Fran or not? No, I think that's something else. I think that's Zodiac. Anyways, I heard a lot of good things about Tactics. I mean, I think this is going to be interesting, but I think this is going to be a big seller. This is probably one of those that is also going to be on a key card. All these are probably on a key card, but this will see some traffic. Unless it comes to PC, then people will just buy it on PC.
Now fully voiced and adds brand new dialogue between characters.
But still, I know that he and I are different.
As well as new difficulty options, a feature to review story events, and more. Final Fantasy Tactics: The Ivalice Chronicles launches on Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch September 30th. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
So that's actually kind of cool. It's interesting that the Switch 2 and the regular version are the same price because, as last I remembered, Nintendo said there would be an upcharge, a surcharge, right? A premium charge for last gen versions going into new gen versions. This could just be a deal, like buy this. I don't know. I don't know how this is going to work, if I'm being completely honest, but once again, like this feels low for Nintendo. And they themselves did set the bar high. $450 console, $80 max price point game with variable pricing structure down to $70-$60. So I guess you can argue this is kind of like the re-release, kind of like Crisis Core, Final Fantasy VII, Crisis Core Union dropped and it was like $49.99. I'm the price point is a huge one for me because let's be real, to buy eggs, you have to take out a mortgage. Let's be honest, right? Bills are piling up. What's the value proposition?
When the clock strikes midnight, shadows emerge and the dark hour begins.
Persona?
Step into the shoes of a high school student who, together with his friends, awakens the supernatural power of Persona.
Was Persona 3 the one with self-deletion? I know there's a Persona game that they probably won't remake, and I was talking about this, I think, with one of my mod team on an old stream, where one of the Persona games, it might be 2. I don't know, because 1 and 2, I guess, are different. One of them has like self-deletion as a huge plot point, and that's why people thought it would never be remade. It might be 3. I don't know.
Attend class and explore the city during the day as you forge bonds with every interaction. Then, battle through the mysterious Tower of Tartarus and strategically take down rampaging shadows at night. Enter the dark hour and seal your fate when Persona 3 Reload launches on the Nintendo Switch 2 system October 23rd. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
So it says physical and digital edition. Does that imply that there's an actual physical game, or is this applying game keycard? I think this should be a valid legal disclosure that they must make, because because to me, physical version. Oh, this tells me I can go out and buy it, but then it's like, well, actually, you're not buying it. You're buying a license and a key with this. No. I would also like to bring up there is no price point for it. It seems. Persona 3 Reload digital. That's the soundtrack. Hold up. So the soundtrack art book. Persona 3 portable. I don't. Unless this is what it's supposed to. No, this is old. There it is. Ooh, we went above 80. We're at 90. I guess you can argue that's the premium, the actual big boy edition. We're at 90. See? And we come to this and we go, okay, maybe Kip's onto something with people trying, Nintendo trying to push what they I don't know. Like, the pricing structure is at base 60, whatever. Premium, I've paid $100 for games. Let's be honest. We all have. If the game is worth it, I'll pay it. Nintendo clearly is comfortable charging these prices. I guess, once again, base 60 surprises me when I thought 80 was going to be the standard. That kind of blows my mind.
Next, please take a look at this.
More Breath of the Wild. Oh, is this, what do you call it? New Hyrule Warriors. I still haven't finished Tears.
Given an opening, he will bear his fangs. Until Hyrule itself is no more.
This has got to be 80, right? There's no way this is below 80 USD.
Be that as it may, we face it together.
But you sought it from Hyrule of all places?
Urbosa.
This is madness.
No, it's not Urbosa.
There is danger here. Enormously so.
I was under the impression these games weren't canon, right? Because Hyrule Warriors itself isn't canon. Egg, I guess, is canon in Age of Calamity. I don't know where these fall into play. I just want Gundam Dynasty Warriors back. Age of Imprisonment has release date TBD with no price point. I think this is telling that they're choosing to hide the price point on this. This I think is telling. Personally, I don't really have any emotional connection to the story. If I'm being honest, I didn't finish Tears of the Kingdom. I keep saying I'll get back to it. I just never do. I'm still stuck playing Majora's Mask, Wind Waker, Ocarina of Time, Twilight Princess, which I want to get back to. Like, I don't know. I have a preferred era in Zelda. I'll go back to Link of the Past. I think that'll be an interesting live Kip Reacts playing on the Purple app and uploading to the gaming channel. Just my first initial run of Link to the Past. I think it'll be fun. I don't know. I don't see the value proposition in this. If I want a beat 'em up, I'll go play Gundam Dynasty Warriors 3. But once again, this is going to be a game for someone out there, and I feel that unfortunately you're going to be paying the premium. This is going to be an $80 title. This is a first party Zelda game from Nintendo. If it is under 80, something's wrong with it.
That was the latest trailer for Hyrule Warriors: Age of Imprisonment. We hope you're looking forward to experiencing the canonical events that led to The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom game when it launches this winter. We'll share more information on this title in the future.
Yeah, they're milking
Let's continue with some more games coming to Nintendo Switch 2.
You have to think that this is still in the pipeline, that certain things are probably still being ironed out. I mean, they're clearly doing advertising. There's still probably things happening in the background. It wouldn't doubt me that there's going to be a day one patch. They're probably working on the day one patch because at a certain point, after when you start doing that physical process, right, it's kind of out of your hands. So that's why there's a day one patch. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where in the pipeline they're at. And I know there's people who work in the games industry or games testing who know exactly where they're at. Don't say anything. I don't need to know.
The realest Madden ever, built from Sundays.
Bro, I haven't played Madden since 04. You cannot top this.
It's game time. Kick off your journey to become an NFL legend in the most dynamic Madden game yet. Rule the field with all new player traits and realistic play styles. Immerse yourself in authentic team traditions and strategize playmaking decisions with newly added features to lead your team to victory. All built from real NFL data. In franchise mode, choose from 3 new archetypes to begin your coaching legacy. Or become your favorite NFL coach, each with their own strategies. Customize your game plan by selecting new abilities each week that offer different tactical advantages. Then level them up to fine-tune your plays. Plus, compete on the gridiron in local or online multiplayer. EA Sports Madden NFL 26 touches down on Nintendo Switch 2, August 14th. Pre-orders are available now on Nintendo eShop.
So, $70 base. It seems like partner games only go up to $70, at least as of right now. Aside from Age of Calamity, I don't think we've seen a single 80. Obviously, yeah, once again, 99. We're looking at a big boy bundle, right? You know what the best part about this is, though? Dude, I can't wait for the Angry Joe review. That's going to be an amazing hour of him just having an aneurysm on camera. I look forward to his Madden reviews every year. I get some popcorn, I sit down, and I watch this man absolutely lose it. And I haven't followed football in a number of years, right? When I did follow football, it was like the Pittsburgh Steelers, right? I think Ben Roethlisberger was still quarterback, right? Yes, I had a football face. Yes, I played Optimus football. I ended up breaking my ankle because of it. So just one of those things. I like combat sports more. I like SCA, right? Rapier, longsword fighting, right? I much more enjoy things like that. But I mean, I feel like they're just inferior after a certain point. Like I feel bad for football fans. I feel bad for Madden fans to get absolutely shafted every single year. I don't know if there were necessarily frame drops. They seem like they showed off a lot of menus and stuff. This tells me the performance might be sus, especially when you have in the past few years just houses just spawning in the middle of the stadium. Right? If you want Madden content, you want funny content, go watch Angry Joe's Madden reviews. Madden is a wild franchise.
A cozy campfire is calling.
Sure, I'm ready.
Calling all camping enthusiasts. Build campfires in this cozy fire building sim. Chop wood. Arrange the pieces. Then light them up. But if you don't fuel the flames properly, they'll fizzle out.
So this is cool. This is cute, right? I love this as a game, right? Like, this is something I would, what is it? On Steam, our mod Rev got me Old Market Simulator, right? Kind of same vibe a little bit. Like, I'm sitting here and I'm like, this is cute. And then I'm like, mate, are we being sold a game that we're making a campfire, and if we don't make it correctly, we're getting emoji saying the fire went out because we didn't do it correctly? Like, I just want to impress what we're being marketed.
To stoke your campfire, place logs based on the fire's strength. Let enough oxygen flow through and maintain the right amount of heat.
What's the funny game that took the internet by storm? The funny hole game where you just dig a hole?
Don't let wet logs dampen your fire. Dry them before tossing them in the flames. And when you want to create an even bigger fire, just blow on it. Sometimes, though, a little patience is all you need. So roast some marshmallows or set off fireworks to light up the sky. You can also get the flames going in rainy or snowy conditions. But try mastering your campfire making skills first. With a compatible USB camera, you can enjoy each other's company around the campfire. You might even strike up some interesting conversations. Relax and stay a while.
There are going to be so many slurs said over that voice chat.
When chillin' by the fire sparks to life on Nintendo Switch 2, later today.
I'm actually in shock. Like, this isn't a bit. I'm what? You just sold me that? I'm sorry. I need a minute to process what they just tried to sell me, because that is. Mm. 15, by the way. 15. Dude, the word that comes to mind is dystopian. I don't want to shit on the devs, right? And that's not my intent here, right? Like, the devs across all of these are just the devs working on the game, right? Whether I agree or disagree with the game, I want to once again reiterate that, like, my issue is not with the devs. Did they just spend how long? An entire, minute and a half-ish? Selling me a goddamn campfire game. Dude, this is meme material. Like, this entire thing. Dude, this is gonna get memed on so hard. And I think it's unfair to the game, because, like, the game looks like it'd be a fairly cool, like, Steam game, right? I think the fact that it's Nintendo pushing it kind of foobars me. Like, I genuinely don't know what to do with this information. Membership required for online features, including game chat. Metal USB camera required for online features. Not available in all countries. Terms and game chat requirements apply. Support Nintendo.com, which is the TOS. Yeah, you say a funny, colorful word, you're going to get banned. Memberships and accessories sold separately until March 31st, 2026. Game chat can only be used with the Nintendo Switch Online member. After Nintendo Online membership will be required for full. Wait. Until March 31st, 2026, game chat can be used without a Nintendo Switch Online membership. Afterwards, a Nintendo Switch will be required. Bro, they're feeding you the little dime bag of flour, and then they're gonna charge you premium for the flour later. That's what's happening here. Bro, they tried to actually sell me a campfire experience. You know what I can do? I could go message Baka and be like, bro, this game is foobarring me. Let's just go actually make a fire and actually talk around the thing. And I'll bring my laptop to get some Xboxes going. We'll get a generator. We're gonna go have a Halo LAN party. I can't believe that in an official Nintendo Direct, Nintendo just marketed me a goddamn campfire experience. Like, I'm struggling to cope. This is blowing my mind.
Fight battles big and small in these games.
Okay,
Apex
sure.
Legends is coming to Nintendo Switch 2.
Gross. Pass.
Squad up and survive 19 other teams in Battle Royale.
I want Moist Critical's opinion on this, actually, because he has an Apex team, doesn't he? Or he heads an Apex team. I want his opinion on the Switch port.
Or show off your skills in Mixtape, where you'll take on 3 rotating game modes. Plus, both Battle Royale and Mixtape have enhanced resolution and smoother performance. Build your crew and aim for victory when Apex Legends launches on the Nintendo Switch 2 system August 5th, along with the new season, Showdown.
I mean, the presentation looks clean. I didn't really notice any sort of frame drops offhand. It's Apex, and look, I'm a Titanfall player, or I was a Titanfall 1 player specifically. I missed the entirety of 2. But Bach and a couple other people I know ended up playing Titanfall 2, so I play it every now and again on Steam. But I don't know, inherently, especially because EA ganked just 2 iterations of Titanfall 3, I have that bias. I've also heard that Apex is just a fundamentally different game than when they played, and they just can't do it anymore. I also don't agree with the monetization in certain aspects, like how the Final Fantasy cosmetics, like Cloud's Buster Sword and stuff, like they got under fire for a number of reasons, from pricing to FOMO to how they just didn't look right. Apex is a firm pass for me. I'm very curious to see what reviews come out, especially from, pro players, enthusiasts, people like Moist Critical as well, Mutahar even, right? Because he has a Switch too. I'm very curious to see if it stands up or if it just flops. Rat.
To cure a witch's illness, her tiny familiar embarks on a grand adventure. With your magical froggy backpack in tow, you can climb, pull, and even swing to greater heights. Explore this vast world and gather ingredients to create a cure for your enchanting ally.
I'm noticing some frame drops, some particle effects seem like they're missing some stuff. This is cute. I like it. I wonder if it's the game or if it's the Switch that's holding it back.
Plus, up to 4 players can journey together in online co-op. A little mouse's magnificent adventure begins when Hella launches on Nintendo Switch 2 next year.
No price, by the way. I just looked it up. No price confirmed. So it's too far out.
Explore a galaxy full of opportunity.
No way, bro. No way.
Embark on a journey across the iconic galaxy far, far away in this open-world action-adventure game. Taking place between the events of The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi films, you'll take on the role of Kay Vess, who...
Oh, this is going to be awful. This is going to be bad. Look at this entire cutscene that just predates this.
Back and Return of the Jedi.
Look at this. Look how many frames are missing. Look at this chug.
Jedi films. You'll take on the role of Kay Vess.
Oh my god, that is awful.
Who, along with her companion Nyx, is fighting for her freedom. Explore distinct locations, both new and familiar, as you fight, steal, and outwit your way through the...
Is this at 30? This has got to be locked at 30, right? There's no way.
...galaxy's crime syndicates, and gain the means to start a new life. Traverse through space by ship on Kay's Trailblazer, or by land on her S-57 Cardinal Speeder, and take on quests that blend stealth and shooting with some puzzle-solving mini-games in between. Embark on high-stakes missions. Engage in dogfights as you travel across the Outer Rim, and get ready to live the life of a scoundrel when Star Wars Outlaws launches on Nintendo Switch 2, September 4th. Pre-orders are available now on Nintendo eShop.
I'm actually eyes wide, mouth agape. Bro, there is no way. Who wanted this? Okay, who wanted this? $60, by the way, which is actually way cheaper than I thought it was going to be. I thought this would be 70. Bro, who wanted this? Oh, this is going to be bad. This is going to be a train wreck. This is going to be bad. So here's the thing about Nintendo. Nintendo, and I watched a bit on this about Nintendo's policies, right? Like Nintendo's business strategies throughout the ages, like NES, 64, etc. I think Nintendine did a video on it. I think it's that one I'm referencing. Nintendo has realized that they're never on the cutting edge of tech, but it's what they do with the lower end of tech that has really set them apart, right? Like Majora's Mask using the N64 expansion pack, right? Literally having a breathing organic world despite it just being people on timers and predestined pathing, right? Like, Nintendo has always... Ocarina of Time, right? Like, just amazing stuff that it did. Nintendo has always, I would argue, prided themselves on doing more with less. And I feel that Nintendo trying to compete in this modern AAA, quadruple A market is just a recipe for disaster. I read this as Ubisoft didn't make enough money. Nintendo was able to potentially get a partnership on the cheap for this. I don't know the business behind this. I looked at this entire thing. You know damn well this is going to be a game key card. Oh, absolutely. Despite it saying physical purchase, which I think I would love to see a lawyer's perspective on this. I would love to see the legal nitty-gritty of if this is false advertising or not. I think at that point that there could be a very interesting legal analysis video on it done. This is going to be a train wreck. This is actually going to be awful. I don't want it to be awful. I would love it to be stable. I would love it to function. I would love people to get what they paid for. One, you could probably get better performance on PC. It seems like it might be locked to 30. And that's with the understanding that Outlaws came in a really buggy state. This is going to be rough.
Survive the future. Salvage the past. As an agent of a secret collective, you'll travel between a future plagued by anomalies
Callisto Protocol?
And a past on the verge of collapse to uncover the mysteries of this world. In the future, dangerous creatures born from the remnants of humanity prowl the wasteland. You'll need to craft ammo and supplies with limited resources to fend off brutal enemies. But don't let your guard down after defeating them. If a monster absorbs a fallen enemy, it'll evolve.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, to be fair, Resident Evil 5 had issues with Ouroboros, right? That's why they had to cut down the tentacles by like 50%. Look, I'm a survival horror nut, okay? I might not be good at them. Dead Space 3 remake really foobarred me. I had to really sleaze and cheese getting the foam finger on the harder difficulty. I think my issues with the Dead Space remake, they literally go away once there's more ammo drops involved. That's all I'm going to say on the subject. Like, once I can guarantee ammo, like, not even like having like excess ammo, but just like, man, I'm not starving for ammo every 5 feet, right? Like, it was a very enjoyable experience. I played Silent Hill 4 The Room recently. Dead Space, Silent Hill, Resident Evil. I have several playthroughs of Resident Evil games up on the gaming channel, right? I love these things. I'm super into this. I heard Callisto Protocol fell flat. I haven't delved with anything like Prey or anything like that. I know Seth Zintalk has a video on Prey that we watched, and that his video made me buy it on GOG. Like, looks like a very good game. I'm into survival horror. The industry, especially with the whole PT Kojima getting fired thing, the industry as a whole, aside from indie, like, because Outlast and Outlast Trials are a thing, right? Seems really averse to survival horror and horror, which is strange because even with the relevant disclosures of like graphic content, flashing lights, etc., that the Dead Space remake had, EA still canned it. So I really feel like the industry just doesn't want to make survival horror games. That's my honest take.
To an even more nightmarish form. So act quickly to dispose of enemies.
What is this?
You'll also come across rifts that allow you to travel back in time by extracting the essences of people you meet in the past. You can strengthen your own abilities.
Sure.
However, there's a price to pay. You'll be haunted by visual and auditory illusions and lose your grip on reality. What caused the world to collapse? And what is the true mission you've been tasked with? Chronos: The New Dawn launches on Nintendo Switch 2, September 5th.
Chronos. So it's not Callisto, because I guess Callisto really didn't have a good time. Marketed for $60, so pretty reasonable price for a new game. I want to see reviews on this before doing anything, and I also want to see if there's a limited exclusivity window. Because if it comes to PC, I'd be down. I'd be down to buy it. I think it'd be really cool. I'd be down for a good survival horror. I want to see what they say about it, though. I think it'd be really cool. I'm excited.
The dragons of the East and West clash.
Yakuza?
極道の世界で竜と呼ばれる男は一匹でええんですわ。あんたもそう思いますやろ。
Yakuza Kiwami 2 is brawling its way onto Nintendo Switch 2. Kamurocho, Tokyo, Sotenbori, Osaka, two prolific entertainment districts in Japan, where the former dragon of Dojima, Kazuma Kiryu, faces down the dragon of Kansai, Ryuji Goda.
よっしゃ、思う存分暴れたね。
Use free-flowing combat moves to take on foes.
The first hit looked like there were frames missing. Watch this. That looks like there's some frames missing.
Use free-flowing combat moves to take on foes in action-packed brawls. Duke it out using your fists, weapons, and everything else at your disposal. Plus, there's still plenty else to do around the cities. Enjoy darts, karaoke, and even golf. There's no shortage of things to do.
Was it Zero that had the chicken financial advisor Nugget? Maxler brought it up in his video. That was Yakuza 0, right? Maxler single-handedly sold me that video. I will be playing Yakuza at some point.
A deadly clash between two dragons begins when Yakuza Kiwami 2 launches on Nintendo Switch 2, November 13th. And Yakuza Kiwami, the story that launched the epic series, is also launching on Switch 2 the same day, featuring enhanced graphics, improved frame rates, and additional language support.
So I was about to ask, because I'm looking, I see Yakuza Kiwami, so that looks like this is an older game. Not that I don't have issues with older games. Like, I love when, like, GOG got Silent Hill 4 The Room, right? I'll buy older games. That's not a problem. So I don't see any listing for Kiwami 2 yet, though, which is interesting. I mean, it looks good. It looks cool. And I think to help kind of color my bias, not only has Nintendo kind of set those expectations, but think of Nintendo like Apple. You're buying into their ecosystem. Well, you have a 3DS to Pokemon Bank up to the Switch, and then that'll bank up to Pokemon Home, and the Switch line of products can associate with the Switch dock, because with the Switch 2 dock, it seems like there's a few handshakes that are made to confirm it's a genuine Switch dock, and that will communicate with official Nintendo licensed product. Like, Nintendo's been done this for years, right? It's not anything new, really, right? Like, proprietary GBA link cables, proprietary Nintendo GameCube to GBA adapter, right? Like, usually it's been adapters, the infrared adapter, Fire Leaf Green Arrow, right, for Nintendo, right? Like, this isn't a new concept, but it really feels like a walled garden, and that's I think the phrase I'm going to really use. It is a walled garden that you are paying to enter, and you're incentivized to buy the whole line of products, right? Ring Fit Adventure, right? The proprietary ring, which isn't even usable on the Switch 2 from what I understand, right? Like, official Switch Joy-Cons, etc., right? Where, how many of you remember that we had, like, the Mad Catz controllers back in the day? We had proprietary third-party controllers. Some of them had rubber grips and stuff on them. Some had, like, an extra, it had an extra, like, Z button, right, for GameCube. Like, if I read modern Nintendo like Apple, if that makes sense. So when I criticize them in a way, it's also with the understanding that they've not only pushed out premium products, but they're also a walled garden. You know what else I play that isn't a walled garden? Steam, GOG. Like, sure, they're their own kind of things, right? But, like, you have to have such a big value proposition that I have to engage with the Nintendo line of products. If you don't have that, why would I bother?
There are plenty more games heading to Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2. Let's take a quick look.
Sure. Really cool. You know, why did they even remotely associate with Randy Pitchford at their initial direct? The man left the funny USB stick of the magic tricks at medieval times. Once again, Nintendo, why are you marketing an individual like that to children? I'll never forget Randy. We'll never forget Randy. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Moist Critical has a video up on it. Randy Pitchford is a very interesting individual. Borderlands is going to be
Before
rough.
we go, we've got 2 more games to show you.
I'm ready.
Please take a look.
Dude, hit me with this. You can't foobar me any more than the campfire game.
To pass through that door is to pass through time.
What is
to
this?
travel a road spanning centuries. From here, heroes set out on a journey of hope.
Square Enix presents a brand new action RPG brought to life in HD 2D.
Sure. Yeah. I like it.
This is Philabildia, a continent overrun by beast tribes. A spell of safekeeping is all that protects humanity's sole bastion, the Kingdom of Huther. One fateful day, a set of ruins is discovered in the wilds beyond the castle walls. An adventurer, Elliot, leaves the kingdom to investigate.
Facing danger is what adventurers do.
At his side is a fairy named Faye.
You can call me Faye. I'm a fairy.
Together, the duo venture beyond the kingdom's protection into the great wide world.
There's a little bit of chug on the bridge there.
On the kingdom's protection.
After he leaves the watches, he goes like about 3 steps down the stairs.
Into the great wide world.
Right. No, it's at the bottom of the stairs. Hold up. If you go so about here and look at it really closely.
Wide world.
There's a little bit of chug here. About this, about right here. There's chug.
World.
It's got to be a loading thing.
During your journey, you'll come face to face with all sorts of foes. In battle, study your opponent's moves carefully and find opportunities to strike. Fight with swords for quick and well-balanced strikes. Bows and arrows to target enemies from afar. Chains and sickles to swing and pull enemies closer, and more. There are 7 weapon types in total, but that's not all. You can also strengthen your weapons by equipping different combinations of magicite. Try out all sorts of variations to find the playstyle that works for you.
Careful!
Your fairy companion, Faye, can also attack and pick up items. You can control both Elliot and Faye separately, or 2 players can control them at the same time.
I wonder, doesn't the Switch have an issue with Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles? Because that's on the Switch, right? But it's tied to the session. So if you 4-player co-op and you try to do the funny, you have to do it like 4 times, once with each person being the host.
You'll find that she's very helpful.
I'm sure this is drop in, drop out.
Join Elliot and Faye on a grand journey. that, unknown to them, will span 1,000 years.
Vimsh.
The Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Tales, launches on Nintendo Switch 2 next year. After today's presentation, a debut demo will be available.
They actually hit the button. The demo is actually already up.
And there will be an upcoming survey to gather player feedback.
Okay. Sure. I probably won't play it. I think this looks good. I think that it's just because I have, like, what is it, Fantasia Neo Dimension or whatever. I still have that to play through. I have so many Final Fantasy to play through. This looks good, though. Like, this has a lot of potential. I think this has a lot of heart. I think saving this towards the end of the Direct with a lot of the hype, the build-up, the last are going to be pretty good, right? I think this was really good. I think it's a lot of potential.
In the beginning,
Double Enix, really?
there was nothing. Everything began with the birth of Orsa, mother of all. She created our world, the land of Orstera.
Uh-huh. Zero. Is this a prequel?
Are you heading out on your journey? Yes, I suppose the time is right. You're finally ready. We've come to join your little lighting ceremony.
You have a death wish?
Wish me. I wish I could see everyone here laughing and smiling just one more time. Are you going to rebuild Wishvale? Or are you going to find the people who took our home from us?
Witness a tale of beginnings that unfolds across Orstera. Octopath Traveler 0 is available on December 4th, 2025.
Sure. It does not look like Octopath hit the button or Nintendo hit the button, whoever has to hit the button. I only see Octopath Traveler 1, Octopath Traveler 2, 1 plus 2. We do not see Octopath 0, anything about it right now.
That's all for today's Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase. Thank you for watching.
I'm really curious what other people like Shenpai and Vinny Vinesauce think. I'm very curious what the consensus is going to be on the Nintendo Direct. I mean, I think my bias is pretty clear. My bias is very much disfavoring Nintendo right now. Look, I bought a Switch 2, right? So, yeah, I bought it. $450. Bought Mario Kart. I don't think Mario Kart was worth it, personally, especially with some of the updates they've done post-launch. Especially that drops like a $30 game for me. But like, I want to stress that people designing, whether you're from the Dragon Ball Sparking Zero team, you are Adventures of Elliot, Once Upon a Academy, even the chillin' in the Fire, right? As foobar as that got me, the devs are doing the best they can to make a really good product, and they're doing the best they can with the time they're given to, as well as shareholders, investors, constituents, right? They're doing the best within their constraints. My issue is more that it doesn't feel like the Switch 2 has been taken seriously by Nintendo. They've charged me a premium $450, mind you. They have they've said this $80 price point with variable pricing in the mix, right? And sure, if you look at what this is, a partner showcase, you notice that there's not really anything $80 just in here, right? And I guess to be fair, Hyrule Warriors isn't first party. It is using the first party IP, but it is another team doing it, right? So where does my issue lie? And people saw this from a mile away. It's why people around me like Baka and Rev said they will never buy the Switch 2. Like it's just not worth it. Because they called it from a mile away. I called it this was going to be just a disastrous launch, but I still bought it because you know what? I still get enjoyment out of it, and it makes it so that my eyes don't hurt trying to play Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, which, oh my god, playing it actually smooth and that should have been how it was at launch. That is wild to me. I think that Nintendo isn't taking this seriously. I think that, especially because, where's my Switch? So let's do a thing, shall we, really quick. I'm going to pull up my Switch 2, and I'm going to prove a point. So we're going to go here. We're going to go to not Nintendo Switch Online. We're going to go to the Nintendo GameCube, right? The thing you have to pay premium for, right? The extra premium pass, right? That into the 64, right? So we have currently The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker, that launched, F-Zero GX, and Soul Calibur 2. Now, Super Mario Strikers, I think, was the later edition. There was 3, and now there's 4. We still have yet to see Pokemon Coliseum. Wasn't Kirby Air Riders also a thing, right? So tell me how they can sell you a console, how they can sell you a premium experience, and not even upload the ROMs to the actual service. Because they're not pulling it off of the physical disc. I guarantee you they're using ROMs. You know, the very ROMs that Nintendo are so against and saying that, you know, well, that's just piracy and don't distribute ROMs. Well, Kip, they are the first party. Nintendo doesn't feel like they're taking things seriously. And that's fine. If you're not going to take things seriously, if you're going to ruin your reputation and goodwill, if you are going to have investor meetings where you completely deflect questions by investors, right? This has been a thing. Nintendo's covered this, where they asked about game carts and below lowest projection sales, and Nintendo just deflects as Nintendo does. That's the CEO office politics thing, right? Bro, there's so many better things I could be playing on PC. Chronos New Dawn, that comes to PC, sure. I'd be willing to entertain the idea of it. I think that Nintendo isn't taking this seriously, and I really think that they've lost the plot. But I've spent an hour and 11 minutes doing this. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully you got a laugh out of this. Hopefully that, you know, you came to some conclusion. Come to your own educated conclusion. You could vehemently disagree with me. You could 100% agree with me, or any flavor in between. Come to your own educated conclusion on how you feel. This is just one dingus's thoughts on the internet. Thank you, everyone, for watching, and I will see you in the next one.